Low-income Arizona entrepreneurs with little or no access to banks or other forms of credit are finding help from Tucson-based Micro, which stands for Micro Industry Credit Rural Organization, a nonprofit development company and one of the leading practitioners of microenterprise development. John Arnold is Chief Executive Officer of Project PEP's Micro program. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Arnold.
Thank you.
Define for us when we say microenterprise. What are we talking about?
Micro is the smallest component of the business community. We are working with people that are too small to go to a bank, too small to qualify for credit, people who may have their receipts in a shoebox and not be really formal in many sense of the word.
These are people who need a little money to get a business going, and when we're talking about a very small loan, are we not?
Yes, we're talking about people that basically need working capital to buy their inventory, to make the products which they sell. And so yes, that's a very, very key ingredient. Now our loans, as you asked, are average about $1,700 and range all the way up to $10,000. And after that point, they kind of graduate on to the banks, and the banks are another part of this, is that we're creating customers for the banking community as well as providing credit to the small business. So we're kind of like a change agent in between all that.
The Micro was singled out on a front page story in the Washington Post last Thursday, really profiling what's been going on down in Nogales, Arizona with the Micro program. Micro enterprising is not a new concept. I understand it's been around for about 3 decades in the third world, and now these concepts are being applied here.
Yes, and it probably goes back centuries. As far as we know, the trade routes between Central and South America and even part of the Southwest always existed. But microenterprise is the mainstay and the backbone of your third world countries. I first found out about microenterprise by visiting a program called ADMIC in Monterey, Nuevo León, and we actually imported the model into the United States, kind of a reverse, importing from a third world country back into the United States. But our whole model is based on self-sufficiency and self-employment by bringing people into the credit world and providing technical assistance as well as the loans that we provide for them.
And where does the money come from for these loans?
We have loans from portfolio from a variety of funding sources from banks, from the Ford Foundation, the Stuart Mott Foundation, from Stocker, even from Hitachi, which is Japanese. So there's a lot of interest in small entrepreneurs throughout the world.
Who would be eligible for one of these loans? Do you have to live in a rural area like in Nogales or Santa Cruz County, or people watching this in the Tucson area, if they're interested, would they be eligible?
Well, the Micro program started on the border regions from Douglas to Bisbee, Nogales to San Luis, Arizona, all the way over to Calexico, right on the border area, and now it's expanding into Pinal County, into the Casa Grande, and also up in the Chandler area. But what we're trying to do is to base our program in a rural area to make accessible loans to people that never find that. Most rural areas are red-lined out. At least folks in the urban area have a fighting chance, but the rural areas have kind of been the no man's land.
John Arnold, thank you for joining us, and good luck with the Micro program.
Thank you very much for having us.
Okay.